Welcome to Iowa, Governor.
Thank you.
I was encouraged to read that over 20 major U.S. corporations and businesses in this country support a mandatory cap on carbon emissions. My question is, do you support those companies? And number two, what's your position, and do you support a mandatory cap on carbon emissions?
Well, we're sure going to have to find a way to reduce our use of energy, and particularly foreign energy. There are a lot of people that are concerned about global warming. I think we're probably experiencing a change in our climate. Human activity may well be contributing to it. I think it probably is. What I don't know is how much of the change is due to human activity and what action we could take that would change the trajectory of the changes we're seeing, the global climate changes we're seeing. And that's why I adopt what I call no regrets policies. Policies that will allow us to become energy independent and will have as one of their byproducts reduction of the CO2 that we emit, greenhouse gases that we emit. So let me tell you the kinds of things I'd like to do. With regards to developing more energy, I want to see some of our renewable resources, biodiesel, biofuel, ethanol, cellulosic ethanol. I want to see us developing liquefied coal if we can sequester the CO2 properly. I want to someone likes liquefied coal over here. All right. I want to see nuclear power. I want to see us develop our own oil offshore and in Anwar. Let's develop all the sources we can to provide for our own energy needs and free ourselves of dependence on Ahmadinejad and Chavez and Putin and others who have that oil today. Just to put that in context. We spent about $430 billion last year in our defense budget. That doesn't account for the Iraq war, but our defense budget, about $430 billion. Russia last year sold about $500 billion worth of oil. It's a huge strategic imperative for us to become energy independent and not to be putting a lot of money in the hands of people who don't all like us that much. On the other side of the equation, in addition to developing our energy, we have to be more efficient in our use of it. And that means more fuel-efficient vehicles. It means more energy-efficient homes. The combination of more efficiency and more generation of domestic sourced energy will allow us to become energy independent. And we do need a Apollo-type project, a Manhattan-style project, where we put in place the funding necessary to seriously get on track to becoming truly energy independent. And that has as a benefit reducing our emissions of CO2. Now, if we're going to get into an agreement with the rest of the world on CO2 caps and so forth, I want it agreed by the whole world, not just us. Because last time when they were talking about the Kyoto Accord, it applied to developed nations, not to developing nations like India and China. But within 10 years, the developing nations, India, China, and the others, putting out more CO2 and greenhouse gases than the developed nations. So if we're going to have some kind of provision of that nature, it's got to be global, not just unilateral. Thank you. Great question.